something that nobody else.
We're losing you a
There's
little
more
bit here,
resources.
Dre. But I think the gist of what you're saying is
Okay.
like so many people are wanting to scale,
Right.
and in actually going after stuff
Right.
that does scale, that can potentially cause them harm, and in doing the tailored, individualized outreach by name like you did, you're actually going to be more effective. You may
Mm.
have fewer shots fired, if you will, but more of those shots land on target. We call
Right.
that measure in the military. We call it measures of effectiveness and measures of performance, the MOPS and the MOs. And it sounds like
Mm-hmm.
your measure of performance is not how many emails you send out, but how many of those actually land, or maybe that's the measure of effectiveness. But regardless, I love that you're going after stuff that doesn't scale. That's totally counterintuitive to what most entrepreneurs do. I mean, I'm in that right now. Hey, how can I scale? How can I scale? How can we, as Men Talking Mindfulness, scale?
Yeah.
But maybe we need to take a step back and look at how do we do something that doesn't scale? How can we affect one person, in a deep way? So I love that way of looking at it. Will, you got anything?
Go ahead, Dre.
Yeah.
Oh no, I just want to tell a quick story about talking about not necessarily a guest, but doing something that's a little bit different. And we got an email the other day saying someone wanted to come on our show. She wrote a book about accessing dolphin consciousness. And I was like, that's a little far out there. But anyway, I just okay, maybe that's not something that's going to resonate with our audience. But I was just like, what dolphin consciousness? Um, eh, um, yeah. So John, I think you have something.
Yeah,
Jump right in.
I mean, I know a lot of what you're doing now, Dre. Yes, you're speaking, you're getting out there and marketing your services, and one of the services that you offer is coaching. Why is it so important to work with a coach to affect greater success?
Ask the question again. Why is it so important?
Yeah, so why is it so important for someone to work with a coach to affect greater success?
Well, one of the reasons that people get coaches is not because they're not good at what they do. I mean, you think about in the sports world, every professional athlete has a coach or a trainer or usually both.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because they're not good. They're actually the best. And the reason people have coaches is because the coach, first of all, can help hold you accountable to make sure that you don't slip.
Right.
They can catch you anytime there is some slippage and correct it. And when you know that you're being held accountable, you know that someone's watching what you're doing, we tend to do better work. We just tend to do better work when we have that social pressure, if you want to call it, of having a coach or a trainer around, regardless of how good you are. This is why the best performers out there all have coaches. Even the best singers, Taylor Swift and Beyonce, have voice coaches. All right, the best actors have acting coaches, whatever they're called. And even the best business people, they often have coaches, because it's not, again, about your ability to be a practitioner, but also, hey, here's a new idea. Here's a new approach. Here's what we can do to, we got an issue over here. How do we compensate for that over here? And usually when you have two heads going into looking at a challenge, is better than having one. So different reasons why you would want to have a coach. And again, if you look around, they say success leaves clues, and the high around them who are also who get to and stay at a high level.
I like that. We've recently got an advisor for the show, and having David Valadez as our advisor and production manager has been an absolute game changer for us as podcasters, but also as teachers and practitioners. Having a coach, I mean, coaches have coaches, right? So why would we not? Personal trainers have personal trainers, so it's fantastic to get you there.
Well, let me just say about coaching.